to get to meet all these 10 guys who carried on the Red Ranger legacy and brought their own mojo. I love Austin Powers, so they brought their own mojo to the role. I thought was pretty neat, and each of them did it in their own way. And 835 episodes later, it's still filming in New Zealand. So it's the show that will not go away. So clearly we're each holding our own, but I think that was one of my favorite movies.
I mean, obviously The Simpsons has been there for years, but
Yeah.
it's going to be sort of.
They actually just sent me an email. They're like, hey, would you consider coming back? And I have a conflict. I'm shooting a film this. I have a film this June, so it's a romantic comedy. So, yeah, you guys are used to me in the very intense roles. So,
Awesome.
So my question's actually for both of you guys. If you guys as characters could meet, do you think they would be friends or not so much?
I don't know, I think so. I mean,
Probably.
those kind of kick-ass dudes that have a good kind of moral compass, I guess. So, yeah, I could see him sitting down at a bar and having a drink together. This keeping the world safe business it's quite exhausting.
Damn, how many cities you destroyed today? Can I get a beer?
I'd probably end up stealing the beer for us and robbing the beer from the rich to give to us when they pour them up. Thank you.
And the red would blend in incredibly in the forest. Nobody would see me.
Hey guys, I was wondering, what was your favorite, do you guys do practical jokes to among your co-workers? What was your most memorable one that you both given and received? Both y'all.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of which one we can talk about. We have this one scene where Walter and I were standing in the school hallway, and we're supposed to be going through this scene where a spider all of a sudden appears on his shoulder. And I talked to the spider handler earlier, and he was like, hey, don't worry, I fed him like 9 cockroaches already, he ate, he's not interested in eating you, and stuff like that. And so Walter and I, who 23 years best friends, obviously he's black, I'm white, in case you didn't notice. But we're very close, so we can say things to each other from time to time, like, I don't know, dude, you kind of look same color, you might, just saying it, he'll look at me and be like, yeah, but he hasn't had the albino cockroach yet. So we go back and forth with each other, and so it was all kind of fun and games. Well, after we went through this whole thing, because Walter, I mean, this tarantula was as big as your hand, and it was live, like it was real deal. So they had this thing set up, and in the scene, the director calls freeze, we all freeze, they run in, they're supposed to put this tarantula on his shoulder, and then second action comes in, bang, we go back to it, and all of a sudden, I'm like, across from Walter, oh God, whatever it was I said, there it is, and Walter turns and he gets this truly horrified, he wasn't acting, he was just like, looking over at this thing while he lets out this yell. And when he let out the yell, one of the things the handler said is, when the tarantula is going to attack, it will turn and raise its 2 front legs, because that's how it scoops its prey. Well, after he screamed at it, he apparently pissed it off, seriously. Because this thing turned and the 2 front legs come up, and I was like, they said that's bad! They said that's bad! And the handler, like a ninja, comes out of nowhere, he's like, shoo! Scoops this thing back up, and he's off. Like, did you see that? And Walter, he's just sitting there, he's like, and the director comes in, he's like, we had a rubber one for backup. So the rubber one went on his shoulder. The kicker is Walter decided he wanted to keep the tarantula. So he took the tarantula back to our house in LA. We had an aquarium in the wall, and he named it Homie. And Homie lived in an aquarium on our wall for like 2 years until we forgot to give it water one day. And we're like, he hasn't moved in a while. What's up with that? I think he's dead. Didn't you feed him? I didn't feed him. You feed him. So, that's probably one. It wasn't really a prank, but it was funny as hell.
Well, I can't follow that. We don't really, I've been asked this before, we didn't really ever sort of play practical jokes as such, because most of the time I was just too tired to put saran wrap on somebody's toilet. But there was just a lot of, when you have long days, I'm a bit of a goofy person and just, just start being silly, you know, for no reason, because, you know, they, as much as it's a wonderful privilege and an honour and everything making TV shows, you know, the hours can be long, and after a while you're kind of like, oh my god, if there's a scene, you've had those scenes where there's 7, I'm sure loads, where there's 7 of you in a scene, you've got to shoot everybody's individual coverage. So by the time you get to like the 6th person, you're like, oh my god, we're still shooting this damn scene. So I would just make up songs, or Josh Dallas does the best Kevin Spacey from House of Cards impression. So I would just ask Josh to give us his Kevin Spacey, and that really whiled away the hours. Thank you for your question, Wonderman, and thank you for your service. Oh, sugar, sorry.